Hello, my lovely peaches. I look exhausted because I'm about to go back home from dropping my son off at the bus stop and lay right back into bed. I was up super late last night making another video. What is I? Voir dire, day 27. Karen Reed, defense gearing up. That's what it's called. Hi. It's on my YouTube channel right now. I premiered it last night at like 2 a.m. So it's available for you now. I wanted to talk more outside, but my neighbor, very, very nice neighbor, is getting ready for work in my creaky stairs. He just left. So let me go back out. So, if you're interested in the Karen Reed trial, I do have tons of recaps. I have a whole playlist. So, I've been doing a recap almost every day. There have been a couple of days where not much happened, so I didn't recap, or I combined a few days. And if you're interested in it, my opinion is kind of evolving. And, I started off with it seems on first blush, without knowing much about it, that she's guilty, because I don't believe the conspiracy theory, off the bat. And honestly, I still don't believe that there was a conspiracy to frame her. But what I do believe is that the police work was really, really bad. I've talked about it before. If you have a typo or if you make a mistake, you can make mistakes at work, but certain types of jobs, like being a cop and an investigator, require a higher level of professionalism and conduct. And, if somebody's life is on the line and you make a mistake, then it's a lot bigger of a deal. If you make a mistake as a doctor in a surgery or some major kind of treatment, and then you're wrong and you kill somebody, or you totally F up an investigation, and then you try to put somebody away for life or for 15 years. And I get it, if Trooper Proctor saw that her taillight was busted and he genuinely believes that she hit John O'Keefe with her car, and he's really angry and pissed, and he's like, fuck this bitch. But you can't do that when you're the cop. And if you feel that way, if you feel that intense about it, then that means that there's a conflict of interest and you need to recuse yourself like he was supposed to do. And sometimes it's not about what you feel. You're supposed to recuse yourself because that's what you're supposed to do. And it's not like, well, I don't feel like it. So I still think that Trooper Proctor's mishandling of the case could very well be the nail in the coffin of that case. But there's still a chance that we're going to get these voicemail messages, supposedly, allegedly, that Karen left on John's phone. And maybe those voicemails will truly be the, oh shit, she did it, she knew it, she's guilty. It's not just an accident. It's not just somebody else did it. Because the thing about second-degree manslaughter is that it implies intent. The difference between involuntary manslaughter and second-degree murder is involuntary manslaughter is where you kill somebody because of your own actions that you didn't mean to. It was an accident, but you still did it. And you can still go to jail for that, depending on the circumstances. Second-degree murder means you wanted that motherfucker dead, and maybe you didn't plan it out. Not maybe, you didn't plan it out. You did it that spontaneous moment, but you intended it to inflict severe harm or death. So I don't know, they gotta prove that though. My neighbor He's not a neighbor, just somebody walking by. He's like, good morning. All right, guys. Oh, I said I was going to go back to sleep. That's what I'm going to do. Looks so beautiful out. Alrighty, so those are my thoughts. And there's no trial today. Happy Juneteenth, by the way. And my kids had school because tomorrow's the last day of school. So the town is celebrating Juneteenth on Friday so that the kids could end their school week Thursday instead of like extending it out. So there's no trial today. And I do have some client work to do, but I stayed up really late last night, doing a huge amount of that. So I caught up so I can actually rest. And I've got so many Karen Reed videos. I've got Wendy Adelson videos on a playlist. And I've got a ton of other stuff if you're interested in healing from trauma, learning to love yourself, learning to be more creative, learning how to like yourself, or learning to like yourself a little bit more. Okay. I gotta turn on the lights. Lights. Action. Actually, I'm gonna go back to bed. So I'll turn on the lights later. Okay, I'll see you. Bye. Join me on YouTube, Cat Love Dreaming Peach. Cat Love Dreaming Peach on YouTube, Cat Love Dreaming Peach on TikTok, on Instagram, and catlovedreamingpeach.com. See you, bye. Now I'm back in bed. See if I can sleep a little more. I'm already out of bed, although I do intend to get back in, but I just remembered I have this little 2-minute clip from Lawyer Lee's page. Listen, but I also was very interested in Paul O'Keefe's facial expressions. That is John's brother. Take a listen. What do you think?
Could answer how you access the new emojis. I'm not exactly sure how to answer that, but I'm sure they can help you.
There were no significant major bodily injuries outside the head. There was nothing. There were no fractures of the long bones, the chest, the pelvis, the arms. So yeah. So having seen hundreds and hundreds of car accident victims and people hit by cars, I ruled that out very quickly.
Okay, and in terms of the injuries that you did see, especially as they're attendant to the arm, based on everything that we've discussed today, is it your opinion, based on a reasonable degree of scientific certainty, that those injuries are consistent with an animal attack as opposed to a motor vehicular pedestrian incident?
Yes.
The judge seemed very unlikely to let that last part in, where she says this is not related to a motor vehicle accident. You'll see in a minute that the judge actually pushed the prosecution to argue against allowing the jury to hear that testimony. Now, as for the witness, the judge seemed to not be impressed with her as a witness. That was not what I was getting in the live chat that I was watching. So it had been a little while since Dr. Russell had dealt with dog bites. She is retired, and she seemed a little rusty in terms of testifying. So here's an example of what happened in this clip.
So since this is a voir dire, I get to ask questions, doctor?
That's the judge
yes.
talking.
I just have a couple of questions for you. I don't think I really heard you. So could you tell me again what your opinion is and to what degree you hold that opinion?
Yes. These injuries in the arm are, my opinion is that they are the result of animal bites or scratches.
And do you know what kind of animal?
Oh, yes, most likely dog, large dog. And I'm very reasonable, very sure to, what's the word I want? Medical certainty, very
All right, so
high degree of medical certainty.
reasonable degree of medical certainty.
Yes, definitely.